Hey y'all, and welcome back for another Winning Wednesday. So the encouraging word for this week is to wait. And when we think about that word and when someone tells us to wait, there's something that just comes over us or comes within us that's like, wow, but I don't want to wait. Like waiting is one of the most hardest things for us to do. And so I want you to think about this as we consider how we would wait on something maybe we're cooking or making, like a cake. So when you're waiting, for those of us that are bakers, on a cake to be made, you already know what you're anticipating that end result is going to be, right? So you can easily wait for that cake because you know that, in the end, you have this anticipation of what it's going to be. But sometimes when the Lord is asking us to wait, we don't really know what that end result is going to be because there may be a lot of different outcomes of it, but he just tells us to wait, right? And so as we're waiting, we got to think of it as like when we're making a cake. In the beginning part of waiting, you start to go through this process and think of it as when you're adding different ingredients in for a cake, right? So when you're adding in those ingredients, the cake is actually going through a process. You're mixing dry ingredients and wet ingredients together to make this cake, to make that batter. And so that's what the Lord is doing while we're waiting. He's mixing in certain ingredients that he needs to make this beautiful batter that's going to come and form into that cake that we are anticipating, right? And so while you're doing that, there's a process, there's some steps, there's some things that you got to do through this process. And so as you're baking this cake and you're doing all of these things, you got to be careful, right? To not add too many ingredients and to not overbeat that cake. And so that's what God is doing in our lives. He's adding in the right ingredients. He's leading you and guiding you as you're waiting and showing you how to navigate and get through that end result. And he doesn't want you to go too quickly or go too fast or do too much and cause it to mess up. Like if you overbeat a cake, you got to start all over again. If you don't have the right ingredients or if you've overbeat it, you got to throw that thing out and start all over again because you know that it's not going to yield the results that you want. So when you're waiting and you're going through a process, have courage. Take heart and know that the Lord is working out those right ingredients. He's moving things out of the way. He's clearing up your vision and clearing up your thoughts and your mind and helping you to really see clearly what the outcome is going to be. Because we can anticipate if we follow a recipe, right? We can see a beautiful picture of what that cake is going to look like, but we don't really know how that cake is really going to come out. We don't know if we've done the right things and put in the right ingredients, if it's going to come out that way. But God knows. And that's why when he's trying to get us to do this or do that and move this and move that out of the way, and he's telling us, just wait, don't go too fast. Just wait and be patient because he knows what the ultimate result is going to be. Because God ultimately wants you to enjoy the benefits of that cake. Oh, how beautiful when the cake comes out and it's right, it's the right color, it smells delicious. And when you take that first bite, it's perfect. That's what God wants you to enjoy while you're waiting. He wants you to wait with the anticipation that he's bringing you something perfect, something that you can enjoy. And guess what? Others will enjoy it too. So wait on the Lord. Allow him to work the work inside of you. Psalms 27:14 says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Wait on him. Whatever directions that he's giving you, wait on him. Be patient in that waiting time. think of what the expected end is going to be. Sometimes when we're waiting, we try to hurry up that process, right? We try to speed it up. Like with the cake, you might need that cake to be done in a faster time than what you wanted to. So you might want to turn up the temperature, but you'll ruin the cake. So don't do that. Don't rush ahead. Stay in the steady pace with God while you are waiting. Because at the end, you want that perfect cake. And sometimes perfect doesn't look the same for everybody. So that means that sometimes all of us that are waiting on a perfect situation or a perfect outcome or a perfect scenario that is going to look different. So just like with the cake, some cakes take a longer time. Some cakes take a shorter time. Some cakes take more processes and more steps. And some cakes don't take that long, or that doesn't take that many steps. But be willing to look at your own perfect cake, your own perfect outcome. Don't worry about someone else's waiting journey. Just worry and focus on your waiting journey, because in the end, it will be worth it. So that is the Winning Wednesday word. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next one.